actually, there's a scripture in the Bible where God is talking to the people, and He says, "My name is blasphemed among the Gentiles because of your sake." He's telling the people in Israel. He said, "My name," like people have a twisted image of who I am because of you. And that is repeating itself because through Christianity. You know, through Christianity, and not only Christianity, other religions too. But it's repeating itself. There's people like, man, Jesus is pretty cool, but those Christians, I don't like Christians, man. I don't like Christianity. They're so judgmental. They're so hypocritical. They're so, they think they're better than other people, and they're right. That's a lot of the attitude it's not true for everybody, but that's. And Christianity has an exclusive mentality where we're in and you're out. We're part of the God's, we're just waiting for the wealth of the wicked to come to the church. What wicked? What wicked? What wicked? There is no wicked, when it comes to people, there is no wicked. God doesn't see people and say, this person is evil. No, they're not. They're confused. They have an identity crisis, but they're not evil. Nobody's really evil, Like if you look at the news, like one of the biggest lies, because like I said, the system is based on lies. Is the people who are evil, the people who are bad. So like when you look at the news, like 80%, 90% of it is like somebody got robbed, somebody got shot, somebody got this, and there's an agenda obviously in darkness to have that news out like that, so that people are in fear, so that people think people are evil, so that people like that. So and then the whole sin agenda, sin. So people are not God conscious, so people are not love conscious. If you're sin conscious, you're not gonna be God conscious. If you're sin conscious, you're not going to be love conscious. If you're sin conscious, you're not going to be righteousness and faith conscious. You're not. It's just not going to happen. So there's that agenda to pull out certain things in the media to keep people blind of God, to keep people blind of the God that's inside, the God that's around them. And so they cannot see Jesus in everything, but they see, crime, this, that, and people are bound up in fear. And so, and the news is like that, and yet, like I was talking about it, I think yesterday, like they'll have news where, let's say somebody loses their wallet, and this has $3,000 in it, and then some guy finds the wallet, and then the person contacts the person, and then they give the wallet back, and all the money's there. Then that appears everywhere. That they might put that in CNN, they might put it in, I've seen stuff like that. They put it on Yahoo News, they put it everywhere. And then you have people on Facebook and they put it, and there's a big Facebook thing, and now, or you have like those Facebook videos where somebody's, people are actually doing something nice for somebody else, helping a lady across the street, or helping somebody else, and people are so impressed with that. They're like, oh my God, look at people, like they have those videos, people are awesome, or people are very, and people are so shocked by that because we have bought into the lie that people are evil. So when somebody does something nice, something good, it's a shocker. Oh my God! But when somebody does something that is bad because they're operating under a lie, we're not surprised. We expect it. And what happens when you expect something? That's all you get. Whenever you expect something, you open yourself, you create that, you get that. So if I can make you think, if I can make you believe a lie, I don't have to do anything to you. I don't have to, like a lot of these, the devil's going to kill you. The devil's going to put sickness in your life. He's going to do this. No, all you have to do is introduce a lie into your head. Inception. And make you think that it's an original idea. I mean, we have to see Inception so we can, then we can talk about this even more. But like, to introduce an idea in your head and make you think that idea came from you, that it didn't come from him. The same way he did with Eve. The same thing he did with Adam and Eve, when they ate from that fruit. Before they ate from that fruit, our state was that it was Father, Son, Holy Spirit, them two, and us. We were all there. Maybe we didn't have physical bodies yet, but we were there. In spirit, we were there. So They were there, and it was not it was an us. There was only an us and a we. There was no self. There was no me, myself, and I. There was no loneliness. There was no exclusiveness, like this. There was no selfishness. There was only me, myself. There was only an us, and a we. But there was no me. Even in the Bible, it talks about how God created them and called them Adam. So they had this. Adam and Eve had the same name. It was Adam. Even only after they became Eve, but they were Adam. And if things were to continue, they were supposed to be. We were gonna be Adam. But since now, it got messed up. We're not Adam. We're Christ. All of us were Christ. So we are all. It's not. We're not all Jesus. We're all Christ. So now we're not Adam, we're Christ. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Adam and Eve were two, but they were named Adam. They were just one Adam. You get it? So only after that she became Eve, and so that was because now she's an individual. Now she's a separate entity, It was an entity was created, but it was created out of the figment of the imagination of people. Meaning, he said, okay, when you eat from this fruit, you will surely die. And then you see that they eat from that fruit, and then they're still talking, they're still moving, they're still spiritually, they the spiritual connection, everything they had that's it. The us became a you. It was like the oneness that we had was lost, but it wasn't lost, meaning that it was in their mind it was lost. Because now they're seeing things according. Now, if I need to name the lion or name an animal or fly or teletransport, now I have to fetch for myself because I think I'm alone. Because I believe a lie that I'm alone. I don't think, I'm connected to this person, I'm connected to the universe, I'm connected to every animal, I'm connected. They lost that oneness. When God renews your mind, you begin to think, okay, I'm one with Linda, I'm one with Sarah. Wait.
Hannah.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. And Hannah.
Sarah. Two Sarahs.
Okay, and Sarah too. Okay. Sarah, and Hannah, Janelle, and everybody else. I'm one with everybody. I'm one with the plant. I'm one with the star. I'm one with God. I'm one. When you begin to God renews your mind, because the reality is you're really all one. But if you don't awaken to the fact that you're one, then you don't see the benefits and the manifestation of that. But that's how they were, and that's how we were, all of us. But because it became about me. Everything that if you read just the 10 Commandments. So now lying, stealing, killing, all that stuff happens through selfishness. And there's no selfishness, there is no lying. You say, how can I lie? Selfishness is why would you lie? Okay, self-protection. You don't want to look bad. You don't want people to, you're protecting yourself. Maybe you have a secret and you feel like if people knew about it, then, they might judge you, they might treat you different, so you're protecting yourself. And self is a lie. Now there is no self anymore. Now Jesus came and crucified that lie, but people keep on believing the lie, so it keeps on manifesting, even though it's not really a reality. It's not really a truth. It's not really something for real. It's not a real thing. So who you are, you have a name here, you have an age. If you see yourself according to the age that you have, according to the physical body that you have, according to your name, according to where you were born, you're still not seeing who you really are. Because that's not who you are. You are bigger than that. You're older than, or younger, or whatever you want to call it, than what you think you are. You could be 10, 5 years old, and be operating in anything that Christ operated in, and be 5, 10 years old. There is no limits to what you can walk in, because it's already all that stuff inside you. You can be 80 and look like you're 25 years old if you wanted to, if you can believe God for that. If you can really, you could, but the thing is that nobody really taps into that stuff. People don't go there. People don't. But you're not gonna go there if you just have those Christian goggles, because the Christian goggles they're too limited. The Christian God is the God of the universe. He's not the God of Christianity. He's the God of the universe. He's in everything and in everyone. I mean, this is like, forget about what do they call it? What is that thing they call? Universalism. Universalism is too small. I'm not a universalist. What I think is greater than that. I think it's bigger and scarier and like really bigger than that. I think universalism is too small. I think what is it? Trinitary. I don't even have that. That is too small too. It's way too small. I mean, if we really are gonna go beyond, and really talk about the really cool stuff, we need to go up our level of understanding and believing in God and our perspective of how God is, and not just how big God is, but how big we are, because we're huge. Imagine this: the universe cannot contain God, and yet God is living inside you. So that means that your spirit is bigger than the universe. Your human spirit is bigger than the universe. It's bigger than the universe. And the scientists are looking for all this stuff outside of them when all that stuff is inside of them. They're looking for, they want to go to Mars, and Mars is inside me. They want to go to the moon, and the moon is inside me. Really, and inside you too. But I'm just saying, you cannot have both. You cannot have both. You cannot have the Christian shades and then the unlimited Jesus shades. You cannot. You can either keep the Christian shades or get the eyes of God. You already have the eyes of God, but you cannot. You gotta use them. The same way you have the mind of Christ, you gotta use it. You have the mind of Christ, but use it. You have the eyes of God, use it. You have the love of God, use it. You have the power of God, use it. Use it. So you cannot, like I said, we're here, and we already know how to see God in a Christian song. We already know how to see God in a Christian movie. We already know how to see God in the Bible. Why don't we learn to see God in the stuff that we don't know how to see God in yet? Why don't we focus on that? Why don't we start looking to see God in the apple, God in the Katy Perry movie, God in the I don't know, in Lucy. Why don't we start learning how to see God in the dog? Why don't we start learning how to see God in the jokes, or in the exercise, or in the whatever? Because we already know how to do all the other stuff. We don't need training for the other stuff. We're already too Christianese, too much Christianese and too much, but that stuff is too limited. It's way too limited. And it's choices that we make. And a lot of times what keeps us from exploring is the fear. Because, check it out. If I was darkness, if I was a lie, if I was a liar, if I was the devil, I'm gonna make a book. I think I'll write a book. If I was the devil, what would I do? And I would say, like, if I was the devil, then I will make. I didn't want people finding out the truth or experiencing the truth. I will lie to them to a point that I'll make them afraid to explore. Because if they explore, they're gonna find something. If they explore, they're gonna find the truth. I mean, you cannot escape from the truth. The truth is all around us. The matrix is all around us. The truth is all around us. I mean, God is all around. I can't, before I used to be like, Jesus, 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 I want to see you physically. And I've seen the guy, I don't know how many times, and every time I see the guy, one time he looks Chinese, one time he looks like a German guy, one time he looks like a Jewish guy, one time he looks like a Latino guy, one time he looks like a black guy. And I'm like, dude, why you look different and all that every time I see you? Oh, I didn't want you to get used, I don't want you to put me in a box. I don't want you to think that this is how I look like, and then, go make pictures and, what I mean? He looks like whatever he wants to look. He looks like, one time I'm like, I want to see you. And he showed me a duplicate of myself. I saw me. And it was me. I'm like, Jesus, where are you? I only see me. Yeah, that's how I look.
Oh my gosh. You startled us.
Sunshine, what happened? I'm glad we recorded that.
Let's record it.
You should touch him and see if you feel it.
Okay.
Flip-flop.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's gonna happen anytime soon.
No, it's all twisted.
Interested. Sunshine, what's